Just a quick update, we're going to let our countertops cure for a couple days before we install them, and in the meantime we're going to do the epoxy countertop on our breakfast bar.
Hey guys, we wanted to show you the process of what we use for doing the countertops by continuing our kitchen remodel with our breakfast bar. We're using 3/4 inch MDF board that we're going to glue and screw together. We're going to double them up, and then we're going to router the edges. And then after that, after it dries for a day, then we're going to go and epoxy the countertop.
Let's get to it. Speed up the GoPro.
Ah, sure. You ready?
Tell you, you'd be lost without me. I'm just saying.
No? Gotta go.
Yes.
No, the other.
Chico.
Now that we have screwed and glued the table together, or the countertop together, we're going to go ahead and router the edges so it's nice and smooth. And then we're probably going to come back with a little filler just to take care of any voids that are there, and then we'll sand that flat and then we'll paint it. Now that the edges are all flat, we're going to go and put a beveled edge on it.
They're not sharp. Yes.
Now she's nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth, and now we're going to do the wood
filler just to make sure any cracks or any imperfections are fully cured off this, and fully flat on the sides.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do primer on the bottom of it so that no water gets in, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of it so it can sit overnight. I'm going to paint it with
It's a paint primer.
It's natural gray.
Natural gray. To continue with the theme that we've got going for the quartz type look with a couple fractures.
And we'll let it sit overnight so we can do the epoxy tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay guys, we're going to sit here and finish sealing up the bottom of this cabinet or countertop. Let the sides dry a little bit more, sand those, and then we're going to end up painting the top of it. Okay.
Got your fingerprint in there. It's gonna show.
What? Fingerprint, that's good. Proof that we did it.
Well, I don't need proof. I got blood, sweat, and tears that's gone into some of these remodels.
Okay, so now we added wood filler to the edge. We've sanded it flat, and now we've primed it and painted it with bare natural gray, just like we did on the other countertops. So now we've already mixed our stone coat epoxy 1:1 ratio, and now we're going to, before we add any pigment to it, we're going to pour it into another cup so we can do our second layer that we do.
Just maybe a third, so maybe just 10 ounces there. Okay. Whoa.
That's good.
Good deal. And then we're going to also make sure that we get the high points off.
Oh yeah. So one thing we've noticed is that when we poured the countertops, and even on our trial pieces that we did, that as the epoxy flows, if you have any high spots on here from dust, lint, whatever, it'll actually leave a trail. So you want to take a little scraper, look, make sure you got no high spots, any lint, any of that, and just kind of knock it off real quick.
Need to double, triple check, which we've done. So there's just a couple spots we go.
So now we're gonna add our pigment.
You got your mixer?
Yes, this is the marbleizer.
This makes it super glossy. I think we said that in the last one. So
It just makes it very shiny, and a little bit does go a long way. We're not trying to cover up all the gray that's here.
Just a minute. Oh yeah, goodness gracious, that's funny.
We'll see. All right, let's mix it.
All right.
Get an idea. I do notice that your room will be filled with dust. You can see it in the camera even sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit goes a long ways. That's what depending on what you like is what it is. On our first trial run we did, it was definitely too much pearl for my taste. That's why I say not too much.
And this is just a pearl white marbleizer. It's actually a pigment. Okay. They call it colorant. We'll link a description in the description below.
There you go. Perfect. All right.
You gonna mix that now too?
And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the white diamond effect powder. This again is just very little bit is enough, depending on how sparkly you want your countertops or the piece that you're working on. That might even be a bit much.
That one you want a little darker.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. You think?
Let's see. Dust.
Oh yes.
Give me another towel. Alright. Now the fun messy part. And again, we're trying to just randomize it. Although you do want to cover the whole thing.
Yeah, this we just want to make sure we get the entire thing covered so that there's epoxy on everything. We don't want to miss any of the edges.
Edges are very important.
Give me one down here. We can torch it so it moves a little bit better too, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. That's a little, not too chilly in here this time. How's it?
I think it's pretty good. It does feel a little thick. It might not hurt. Alright, tip our bucket upside down on it and grab this out.
That is going to be nice and messy now.
Where's our big bucket?
That's all right. Oh. It's a perfect amount.
You think?
And again, you just want to be random. It does not need to have any patterns. We don't want it to have patterns.
We're going to go ahead and stick this like so that dumps all the excess out of there. So I think, yeah.
Well, I'd rather have more in it so it'll pop out.
I just want to make sure we get it all covered.
It's
Okay. So this is good. Put that on there.
Another tip is you want to make sure your surface is level.
Yes. I think we realized that too on our
Yeah, so you
tabletop.
can have it on the trial pieces. It moved all over the place.
Yep, here it is. You got all your front down there.
Yep, I have my side.
Alright. Okay.
Nice.
But it is self-leveling is the reason we want it level.
Yeah.
Because again, that will slow. You can move your whole pattern if you want to tip it, slide it.
Yeah, there's lots of different.
Toddlers would probably enjoy this. It'd be a good project, messy one. Alright. I'm going to throw my gloves there.
Alright.
I'm going to go ahead and torch it. You can torch.
Yeah. It's probably covered in epoxy now.
That's okay. That's what we got it for. Oh, you got the glove on. I gotta get a glove back on. Oops, no. Let me get this spread. Oh, there it goes.
Too much. Burn it.
I'm gonna use my glove and I think we got a little, I want that spread there. Want to make sure these spots.
The more you torch the product, the more it'll flow too. Alright. That. Looks good. Alright.
We're gonna do that as I'm chopping. We're
Now-
gonna do the random pour for that.
Yes, now we're going to add our second color, the diamond dust, right?
Yep.
The white diamond dust.
That's okay. Still, I don't think when it's very random, I don't think that you could mess it up if you tried to. It still ends up looking really great once you chop it, blend it all together.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can just chop it some more or use your fingers to spread it. I need some extra for the chop brush, don't forget.
Yes. So now you want to take, if you got a new brush, you want to load it up with the epoxy first. So if you don't load it up, it'll just pull the product off of your table, and that's not what we want.
Thank you. And we're definitely going to make sure there's no bristles in this one. I did already use this brush once and a lot of bristles came off. I won't be buying this brush again.
Yeah, you do not want to use the real cheap brushes. You want to actually spend the money on a decent brush. But you still want to pull the brush and get all the loose ones out. Remember, it's done in a pattern.
You know, I could just follow this around.
Hmm?
Just follow the little squiggles.
And come back over it.
I missed any spots there.
And some nice
Oh,
effects.
I like that. You know, gonna leave my swirls there alone.
Okay.
I think that's good.
It's looking really good now, and so now that we're gonna finish chopping it, and blow the bubbles out again. Even this look alone is just beautiful.
And then she can swing around front. We did end up with a little bristle in the epoxy, so we're gonna go ahead. We use a paper clip. Use your tool of choice.
That's in the paint sample. Okay.
I think I still want to swing around and see if there's bubbles on the front or no.
Really good. Yeah, there's some on the front. And then not too hot.
Try good spray now?
Yep. Alright. So we're going to let this set for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to put some gray mica dust into a solution of 91% alcohol. And then we're going to do a spritz over the whole thing. Real fine mist. And then we'll start adding our fracture. We'll be back. We waited about 10 minutes. It's really smoothing out. So now we're going to go. And we've torched it again. Make sure, again, more bubbles are out. Now we're going to take the, what is that? The black mica.
It's diamond metallic.
Diamond metallic mica powder. And we mix it in with the 91% alcohol. What was it, 1 teaspoon?
We did a teaspoon and a half to 8 ounces.
Teaspoon and a half. And we're going to mist up high and let it rain down on it.
There we go all the way, yep.
One more, just a little light. So we do
No, I know one more.
There we go. Alright. Do you want to do this?
No, because you don't do the alcohol after you do the alcohol. We gotta let it dry, so we're gonna start a fire. We're gonna do the fracture.
Let's talk about that. We're just gonna bypass that one altogether. It's not hard to fix. Do you want to fix it or not?
I don't care.
There, it's gone, just like that. Gone, just like that. So, if you've got a big drip that hits in here, you know, it's going to really blow out the gray that you just added on. And if you want that uniform coloring, it's really easy. Just go back and do a little bit more
Chopping it, basically blending it in.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, don't.
Oops, that's not. What's nice is you got about 2 hours working time with this. So you can really mess up a little bit, fix your mistakes, continue on.
Like that. Probably dried enough to do those. I'm going to do the fracture first, or should I?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Try to level that out again. trying to warm them up enough that it will spread. And there we go. You ready to do the fracture?
You make sure you get the spray.
Alright, so now okay. So we're going to do
We decided, yeah.
block to block.
Yeah, we were gonna do one
Big
straight.
one here and then here.
But not too close because I don't want it to look like an X. Again, that's your personal choice, the way you want to design that.
Yes. This is going to be fun.
Good.
Okay.
That's good. And then, again, let's see, I think.
Right there. You can go more of an angle.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to do that? Sure. I'm going to come back with it.
It's good. I like
That's
that.
good. I want one here.
I think that
Or maybe another.
maybe one more coming down, just kind of at an angle. Yes.
Alright.
Alright. Gray starting to spread.
And again, let that alcohol dry, or you will catch that on fire if you go to use your torch again. Alright.
Let's see if we can different angle.
You want to hit that again, or what do you think?
No, I think it's good.
I do.
No, because it curved around over here. So we're just gonna leave. That's good.
I like it. It looks beautiful. And then
I'll just show if you want to do some marbleized lines and pick up your excess.
wait. You want to let it dribble first?
No, baby. That can dribble on there. That's a different one. So this is, you can kind of, it's going to
It'll leave veins in it, and it looks really good. We actually found that out by
Do
mistake.
you want to?
You want to get dripping off of it first, then roll it through.
Okay, that's good.
A little more. How do you want it?
I think we're good.
I'm going to do it like that, right? Come on. Yes, no?
Sure.
Okay. Should make a better line.
No. I think we're good on the lines. I don't want any more lines. More worried about maybe we go over the fracture just to hit the line on top of it, but I don't know. What do you think?
Ah, there we go.
No. No, I think it's good. Let's leave it.
Alright.
Let's leave it.
As that works itself out, it's really going to look good.
Where's my... Another little hair here.
Another little hair.
The wonderful thing about epoxy is it definitely picks up everything.
Everything. Alright, so this is basically done. This looks amazing. It's still going to spread out for the next hour and a half.
We're going to go ahead and torch it a little more.
And she is looking glossy and flat. Now if your edges get kind of thick with the runoff, you'll see different areas it's not level. You can go back over that with the torch to heat that up, let it level itself. It'll flatten out nicely.
Okay, torch.
Yep.
Heat that up.
It'll
Heat it up
roll
a little.
So this will go too.
Alright, you see any more bubbles? I'm sure we will.
We'll come back in another. We'll come back every so often and we'll hit it with the torch again if we see any more bubbles. One big tip, which we learned on the last countertop we did, when you put something underneath this, it seems like it'd be common sense, you want to make sure it's deep inside and not touching your edges. Don't run a board just like this, because epoxy, it's epoxy, it will glue itself to that. So we're going to have to fix some edges on some of the countertops that we just did. However,
trial and error, but it's getting better with every single one.
It's looking great. And we'll get some closer flyovers. We understand it's hard to see this light job from the distance that it is, but we'll get some more flyovers with the camera and you'll see all the different lines and the color. It just looks so beautiful.
Oh, we got a hair here. Ah! Alright, we're going to have to go on the front for that. So yeah. It's good?
Yep, and again, we'll link the products in the description below. And we're going to continue filming most of our remodel for the house. So please like and subscribe and follow us on our journey. Thanks.
Thank you.